we kind of like yeah, I think we did the initial migrations. Yeah, then yeah, but since actually, let me first reactivate this virtual environment. Yeah. Then we I think we the only thing we didn't do was we left when we were about to look at the apps. Yeah, our apps, what our apps are comprised of. Yeah, but I think we did most of the configurations here in the settings. Yeah. So if at all you have any question about the Django projects, some of these files, anything you didn't understand, please, this is the right time to ask before I continue. But the good thing, even when I continue, you'll be able to ask as much as possible. Yeah. All right. So should I continue for now? You can just say yes or no in the, okay. Actually, I had not looked at the group chat. Yeah, I think people are giving out very good advice. Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm happy that things are working out fine. Yeah. So if I don't have any question, please just drop it inside here. Yeah, but for now, let me try to go into our Django app. If at all you can't see properly, please let me know so that I can try to enlarge. But I think this is one of the largest resolutions so far. Yeah. So this is my project directory. Yeah, I call my project my site, and I created an before we kind of like before we left last time, I had created a blog app, though I had not gone into details on what to do with it. Yeah, but basically, if at all you want to create, let me first actually reinstall Django, since I deleted the virtual environment. Yeah, let me reinstall Django. Yeah, but the thing is, we created our project. Now, by the time we left, I had also created the app. So if at all I try to do Python manage.py run server, I think I should have something. Yes, I should have something. So still I say my Python has issues. I installed version 3.10. Oh, okay. Oh, can you does it have an error message? Or can you send us a screenshot that we can kind of like try to look through? Yeah, so this is the default page. Yeah, after installing Django. Yeah, but we did create an app to just a refresher. To create an app, we did Python manage.py, then start app, and then the name of the app. Ours was blog. That's why you see it here. Yeah, but all you feel like creating another one, maybe supposing I'm thinking maybe contact, something like that, as your app. Realize actually it is now also here, and they kind of like have the same word structure. Yeah, I'm just trying to be creative here. Yeah, so any of these will since they're all apps, they will have the same what they will have the same kind of like structure layout. Yeah, if at all we look at blog, it has a subfolder called migrations. I'll kind of like spend some time there. Then it has also migrations. It has the init.py, so it has so it is a package by virtue of that. Then the bigger, even our app itself, the blog, it has indeed.py inside. Yeah, so it's also a package. It has admin.py. I remember it in Django. I told you Django comes with the admin site already installed. Yeah, and actually this is very, very, very powerful. If at all you want to populate some data to test with in our project, yeah, the admin app is very powerful. What you do, we just import our models, and then magic happens here. As long as you register them to the admin site, yeah, it makes sure it showcases them on that interface. Then we can be able to add, and all we need actually are the models, which is really, really nice. Yeah, so you don't need to finish the whole site to use them, but we shall see that as we go. We have apps.py. This is the app configuration. Yeah, whenever you create an app, you have to let the project know about this app, and you have to do that through the app configuration. If at all you want your project to detect your models, your blah blah blah, actually all you do is copy this class, and then you come in the installed apps. You can either put them up there or down there, and then you just say you kind of like, you can transverse the whole path. Blog, the name of the what of the app here, dot apps, the name of that module, then dot the class. The class is usually the name of the app, then followed by config, blog config. So you actually don't need to even think about it a lot. In some cases, some people actually, they just do this, which is still okay. Yeah, the Django will find a way to do what, to locate the app configuration. Yeah, so whichever. Now, like for contact, actually let's do what, let's use the shorthand, just like that. It is okay. Yeah, Django will find a way of transversing through these these modules until it gets to this class. Yeah, so it is just by preference, but usually for me, I enjoy writing the whole path here. Yeah, it kind of like gives me more comfort that I've actually spelled out the whole path. Yeah, but it comes to preference, and since this one being a list, sometimes people forget, and they may kind of like eliminate commas that are separating these strings, and which may create an issue. All right, so that was, we spiraled because we are kind of like looking through this apps.py. Yeah, that's why we spiraled. Yeah, but then we come to models. Models, they are very, very important in Django, because they kind of like they define what our data should look like. Yeah, once we are in the models, we shall now, like, if at all we are going to create models for the blog, we shall put them here, blah blah blah. We shall talk about a lot of things there. Yeah, but usually models, each model class that we shall create will map up to actually a database table. Yeah, and actually that's why you realize Django starts to do a lot of heavy lifting there. Yeah, but yeah, we're going to look more into this in the next few minutes. And then we have tests. Yeah. Tests are very, very important, actually, because some developers, even they can't even give you a chance to, they can't give you the platform to look at your code if at all it doesn't have any tests. Yeah, so tests are very important in our day-to-day activities when you're writing code. Yeah, and you should test as much as possible. And while on this topic, we shall also look at things like test coverage. Yeah, and then at least if at all you have tested 90% of your code, that is good enough. Yeah, but you should always aim at 100%. Yes. Then there is this notion of views. views, basically views. They kind of like, they handle requests. They handle requests to our app, yeah, and they give feedback, yeah. They handle the request and they provide the response, yeah. And that's why actually Django is called an MVT. M standing for the model, view standing for the V, and then T standing for the template, yeah. So at least by the time we finish this today's lesson, at least you would have gotten a chance to see at least these three very, very important: the model, the view, and the template, yeah. All right, so that is just a brief overview of the whole app structure, yeah. So right now we have the blog app and we have the contact app, sorry there, and we have the contact app, but this whole thing is the project, yeah. So basically the project consists of these settings and these apps, yes, yeah. That's the huge project, yes. So basically the project is the big thing. The settings and the apps, they're kind of like the mini entities of the project, yeah. Are we okay as per now, before we can try to dive into a little bit? Okay. Naiga is still here troubleshooting her issue. The system cannot find the path. That's why they're always telling me in the terminal. Okay, you need to have checked both options of yeah. When she's installing, there is that option whereby it asks you to add Python to the path. Yeah, I think she might not have ticked that. Yeah. All right. So I think Naiga, you should look into that and see if it works. But I know it will definitely work. So are we okay with with my explanation of the app structure or the app package? Any questions so far, or I should continue? Are we okay? Chitimbo had left. Yeah, hope it's not an internet issue. Yeah, but the rest, yeah. Are we okay with my explanation of the apps? Okay, yeah. Mass is okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, Sylvia is also okay. All right. Fantastic. Yes, Samuel is in the house today. Yeah. Yes, Samuel. How are you? Okay. So to continue, for now, okay. I think let me start from the back to the front. Yeah, I'll start with the view. No, I'll start with the model. Then I'll do something concerning the views, and then we shall maybe render something on the template. Yes, I think that will work so fine. All right. So when you're in the model, all models actually classes. Yeah, they're all classes. Now, maybe let me create a class called. Okay, it's a blog, and the blog will have what? Will have articles. Okay, article. Yeah, it's the blog app, and I'm assuming each story will be an article. That is my assumption. So the blog will inherit from this class of ours. This model of ours will inherit from a class called model that is found in a module called models. It's what we imported here from Django.db. Import models. We imported this module, and then but it's this class that we're mostly Yeah, so that means actually the table that will be created in the database will be in a form whereby I think the table will have a name like this. Maybe it will be blog underscore article, whereby blog is the name of the app and article is the name of the what of the table. But you can still actually override all these things, yeah, if at all you want. Yeah, there are attributes that you can use to override all those things. Yeah, but for now, it's not our focus. Our focus is on the models. Yeah, so in the models, I'm assuming we're going to have maybe the article will have a title. A title, yes, yeah, and the title. So we define it as a class attribute, and it will be a type called a character field. A character field in SQL could be called a varchar. A varchar, if at all you are if at all you had a chance to look through the data types of SQL. Yeah, but here we call it a character field, but it will be mapped, it will be changed to a varchar. So in the when you're creating when you're specifying this field, you have to give it this keyword argument that will contain, that will kind of like store the length, that will provide constraints on the length of the characters that you will be storing there. Yes, so for now, max length is 100, or if at all you assume your titles will be longer, you could say 200, which is still okay. Yeah, so this is a required field, it must be given. Yeah, so this will help Django to construct that column in your database. Yeah, so it will provide a column that will only accept character fields, and they will have a maximum length of 200. Yeah, it's kind of like constraining. The other fields that we may or may not include now, like there is one called null is equals to true. Null is equals to true means that this field actually it can be given null as a value. Yeah, in case, yeah. And then there is something called blank. Blank is equals to true. These two are not, these two are optional, but null and blank, they may look the same, but they're actually totally different. With blank, it shows that actually this field, okay, in a way, a blank is usually mostly used, if at all, the blank actually allows this field to have an empty value, right? And null enforces that empty value to have a value of null. Yeah, but blank will be mostly used if at all we are working with model forms. I didn't want to bring up this concept, but I think it will still come back in that sometimes when we define your models, actually you can even use them to generate your forms on the user interface. But we shall see that one later on. Yeah, but for now, if you don't specify these two, then that means this value can't be left blank. Yeah, this value can't be left blank, which is still fine as per now. We can have another one of maybe create date. We can have actually create underscore date. Then it is maybe models dot date time field. Then we can have this one to be maybe I'll use auto now add, but I'll try to explain why I'm using that constraint. Yeah, auto now add is equals to true. Yeah, it also sometimes confuses me, but let me first try to bring up the the Django documentation. Oh, okay, let me try to bring up let me say Django date time field. Okay, all right. Yeah, so when I try to bring out the Django date time field here, yes, okay, date time and date field, they're almost the same, yeah, but there are these constraints I'm trying to scale up on. That's why actually the Django documentation should be your best friend, because you will always come back to it once way or another. So this one, if at all I use auto now, then it says it will automatically set the field to now every time the object is saved, and then auto now add, it automatically sets the field to now when the object is first created. And exactly this is what I want. This is what I want. Once this article is first created, the object, the value will be set to the value of the time and date as per that time. Yeah. Very, 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 very important. Maybe if at all I have another updated underscore updated date, something like that. Yeah. Then this one, then this one will be models dot date time field. Then I can have this one. I can have auto now is equals to true. So this one, wherever this one, auto now add will set this field to the current date when the object is first created. This one, every time the object is updated, yeah, this date will change, yeah, and actually which brings up kind of like the relevance of this field. Yes. Then there's another field I forgot. Maybe I can say okay, maybe text, or yeah, I can call it, okay, let me call it text. Then I say models dot text field. Actually, text field and char field, they're almost the same, but the issue is with text field, yeah, as in it doesn't have restrictions, yeah, because, and even in the form it will take up the text area, because text areas are a bit bigger, yeah. So okay, let's have these 4 fields for now, and then yeah, for now this will be okay. And so to know how to kind of like, so after we have created it, there is a command we usually run here to check if at all there are any mistakes in our code. You do python manage.py and then check. Python manage.py check. Yeah. So this kind of like checks to see if at all there are any issues. If there are no issues, then it will say no issues, 0 silenced. Yeah. So actually, at least we have our first class model, and like I said, the model is the single point of truth about your data. So right now we have a class called article. So article will be the table name, title, text, updated date, create date. These will be the column names, yeah, where our content is going to be, and these will help to put constraints on those columns, that okay, this constraint is for the varchar, this one is for the text area, this one is for this is a date column, this one is a blah blah blah, something like that. Yes, and just like that. So do you have any questions regarding models before I can go ahead to look at issues regarding migrations? Are we all okay with the tables? with our models for now? Samuel and friends, are you okay with my explanation on models? Mercy? Aha. Yeah. Oh, I'm happy. I'm happy everyone is okay. All right, fantastic. Okay, fantastic. Yes. So once we have created our model, what we can do is come here and do a Python. Okay, actually it is Python manage.py make migrations. Yeah. So usually there are two commands. There is make migrations and migrate. Yeah. Make migrations comes first, and realize after we have run it, we should have something inside here. Yeah. After we have run it. Yeah. But before we run it, you see there is nothing inside here. There is only the init.py files. Yeah. So running this, yeah, it has created an article model, and even we have something called 0001 initial.py. Yes. So we have created our migration, but we have not yet implemented those changes in our what? In our database. Yeah, because actually this migration file kind of like tries to tell Django how to build these columns. Yeah, just like you see here, by the way. Yeah, because now I'm looking through this this migration that we have created, and you see actually even it has helped us create an ID column that we had not specified here. You realize? Yeah, we had not specified it here. Yeah, so if we don't specify a primary key, yeah, Django will give us one. You see it has done it for us. Title, text, update, these ones are the normal ones, but this one, it wasn't there, right? Yes, but Django has created it for us, which is quite nice. Yeah, but if at all you're not happy with Django's decision, you can always come here and just add a constraint of maybe primary key is equals to true. Yeah, so the other one will be ignored. Yes, but for now I think let's take Django's decisions to give us an ID. Yes, and we can go ahead now, and so after making the migration, then we can go ahead and migrate. Yes, so when you click on migrate, the migration will be applied, and of course there won't be any change, but the migration will be applied. The only way that we can try to play around with them with that is that right now our article model has been created. If someone has a question?
Excuse me.
Yes. Yes, Sylvia.
I was somewhere.
Where exactly?
To first create the folder, open the folder for the migration. Then you run migration in the terminal, or it comes automatically.
Actually, this folder you don't need to open it. I just open this folder to just show you what was created, but it is not a must. Hello? Are you getting it? Sylvia, are you getting it?
Yes, yes.
As in, yes. The only command you need is once you finish doing this make migrations, just to confirm. But the good thing, even in the terminal here, when we run make migrations, it does something like this: create blog migration 0001.py, then create model article. That means the migration is already created, right? And all you need to do now is migrate to enforce that migration. Maybe most of you may ask, why don't we just do the migrate all at once instead of doing make migrations? Does anyone know the reason why we separate those two steps, making migrations and migrate? Any guesses? Samuel here is saying, after making changes in your model, make migrations helps package your model and applies those changes to database. It's like we do commit in GitHub after add changes. Yeah. One way, all right, they are right. Then migrate is for applying the changes to the database. Yes. But why do you think the make migrations step is important? Right? Why do you think it is important? Any guesses? Yeah, because we can try now. The good thing we have another app here. We have another app called Contact. Let's go to its models here and see. We have Contacts here. Let's go to its models and maybe try to play around with it so that we can bring out the reason why make migrations and migrate they are totally two different, but they are quite important. For Contact, let me just create a class called okay, let me call the class Contact, right? Models.model then the name of the person that is trying to contact us. I think it will be models.charfield. Then max length, max underscore length, let me say 100. Then we'll have maybe message what they are trying to do, what they are trying to say. Then this could be models dot text field. Then we can have sent underscore date. Of course, it will be models dot date time field. Then auto now add is equals to true. Okay, we can have this. Yeah. So let me come here. Let me come here and try to first do a check to see what we have here. Okay, so let me do a migrate and see. I'm just doing a migrate directly, and you see, actually, you see what it has told me here. When I try to do the migrate, it says your model in apps contact have changes that are not yet reflected in a migration and so won't be applied. Run manage.py make migrations to make new migrations and then rerun this to this. This is what I was trying to kind of like bring up. Okay. Okay, Samuel says migrate is for applying changes to the database, then migrations for packaging into one migration file. Yeah, but still you haven't answered why we need both commands, why we need the make migrations and the migrate. Samuel, you haven't yet answered that. Why do you think those two commands are very important? Yeah, any guesses why the two commands are very, very important? Make migrations and migrate. Yeah, because here we tried to do the migrate before we made migrations on the contact table, and it failed. Yeah, it failed. Any chances why any guesses why it failed? Okay. The issue is usually when okay Samuel is saying just make migrations is like staging, and migrate is like a push. Yeah. Okay. One thing you should know, you were almost there. Yeah. But one thing you should know is that now, like for contact, you see, there is no what, there is no migrations as per now. But let's do the make migrations then. Make migrations. Yeah. So you will find this one now is there, and then migrate. And then wait, migrate. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Wait. Manage.py, then migrate. Okay. Yeah. So something like that. So the reason is quite simple, in that when it reaches the time whereby you have to push your code to GitHub, you'll actually have to do what? In most cases, it is not advisable, or the database, you don't push the database. The database stays on your machine. Yeah, but the make migrations, these migrations, these files you see here, they kind of like help to do what, to reconstruct the columns that your database had out together. So that means they are very important to when you upload them on your virtual control, to maybe to any of your version control systems. Yeah, because they will kind of like, they will help to replicate the way your database should be. Yeah, hope I'm making sense in that explanation. Yeah, but if you don't understand it now, I'll try to expound on it. But these files, they are very, very important to version control, to help you to reconstruct your database even without the actual database itself. Yeah. So when you are uploading to GitHub, you actually don't need to upload your database. You can leave it down here, because these migrations will help you to reconstruct the structure of your database the way you want it. All right. Hope that one makes sense. Yeah. Samuel, does it make sense? All right. Fantastic. Yes. All right. I'm glad it makes sense. Okay. Now, moving on. So now that we have our what? Now that we have made our migrations, let me go back to the blog, and I want to show you why this admin.py is powerful. Like remember, I told you, as long as we have a model, we can populate data even without the user interface, without the view and the template. How? Through the admin. So just come to admin here, and you say, okay, from .models, we import article. Wait. Yeah, it is .models. This file here, the way it is, this module. Then we import article, which is our class. Then all we have to do actually is admin dot site dot register, and then we pass our what? Our article model. That is all. Yeah. Once we have that, we are good to go. So if at all we try to run our server again, if we try to run our server, we can just come here. So we just click on /admin. I remember even I showed you this last time, /admin, because actually since it comes pre-installed, even when we come to our settings file here, our settings in our project here, no, actually it is URLs, yeah, path admin, it comes already there. So our website /admin will give us that URL, yeah. But the issue is, since our table is new, these ones, all these, they can't log in because there is no user. So what to do? We create something called a super user. Yeah, you know, so to help us log inside here. So all you have to do is just come back to VS Code here. We stop this server, and then we like Python manage.py, then create super user. Then it will ask us some questions. Okay, maybe I want the super user, the username to be Jerry, email not yet, password I'll use 123, then again 123. It will complain that it is a short password, but I'll insist yes, and then it creates the super user. So when I come back and run server here, and I try to use the logins I've created, I'll say Jerry, and then I'll come here and say 123. Yeah. So it will actually log in. Yeah. So when it logs in, of course, welcome Jerry, blah blah blah. You'll see there is already an app that was already plugged with admin. It is called authentication and authorization, which is actually here. This one, it's already plugged with admin. Yeah, but we'll ignore that one for now and just concentrate on the one we have created here, the blog. Yeah. So this the line we created here, the one of admin.site.register, this one on line 5 is the one that is kind of like responsible for this user interface. We can see here where there is articles. So when you click on add article, we can just give it okay, let me see. Okay, there is this global warming, a threat to mankind, something like that. I'm just trying to put in a title here, and then the text. Maybe you watch the Netflix documentary, documentary called Our Planet, something like that. Yeah. So when we are done, you realize that actually the fields for date are not there because these ones will these two fields will be handled by the system. Yeah, the create date and the updated date will be handled by the system. That's why they're not there. So we can just click save. Yeah. So when we click save, yeah, our object will be created. It's here. You can see. Oh. Oh, wait. Still had gotten disconnected. Okay. Yeah. So as I was saying, when we look at our first object, the one that we have created, it's there. You can see it very well in the admin site. You don't see all of them. You just click on article, but you see it is not kind of like, it doesn't look nice. Yeah, its name is a little, it's a bit weird. Yeah, it's not represented well per se. Yeah. Okay, for me, I will know that it's this object, but let's find better ways of kind of like identifying our objects. And there is always a method that is very, very helpful. It's called str. It's a magic method. You'll be seeing it around. Actually, when you override this and you define which field you want to kind of like return, that will kind of like give this help you identify this object better. So the field now I think that will identify this object better is title. Yeah, but you can choose whichever field you want. Yeah, so wherever so this will help us to kind of like make our objects a little bit more meaningful. So if at all you try to refresh this, you realize now it uses the title to kind of like identify the object, and when you click on it, you'll see other what, you'll see the details of the object of that single object. Yeah, so I always advise you to use the str to override it, so that you kind of like, at least you can come up with a custom object. Yeah, a custom object that brings, that kind of like labels your object better. All right. Any questions about the admin site? Are we okay? Yeah, I think we have around 6 more minutes. Let me try to see if at all I can kind of like try to patch these things, that we can have at least a complete app. So let me add another article. Introduction. Okay. Introduction Python. Lessons started on 1st July. Okay, something like that. Yeah, so I'll save this. Yeah, so I have two objects, which is good enough. All right, for now I have only those 2 objects. So since we have something in our models, I think that is all for now. That is enough for the models. Let me try to go to the views in that order: model, view, template, because the data comes from the model, it is put in the view, and then it is displayed on the template. Okay, in the view, maybe let me just create a view called home, right? That will display all the blogs. Yeah, a view takes a request. Yeah, an HTTP request object. Yeah, when it is being called, an HTTP request object has to be given as the what? As the first parameter. Then it either returns an HTTP response, or it returns a 404. I think for 404 it's if at all the resource is not found. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to render a template. I'm going to render a template. I'm using this render method from here, the one that you see from shortcuts. It takes the request as the first parameter, followed by the template. I'm going to use blog, then maybe index.html. For for now, let me do something like that. And then, so I have the view. I have the view now. So once I have the view, I have the models. I have the view function here. I have to plug this view function to urls.py. Okay. Now, for now, and it's only for now. Yes. I'm going to create a shortcut and just go directly to the project urls.py, right? Yeah, that's where I'm going to go. And I'm going to say, okay, from blog.views, I will import home, which is my view. Then I will come here and say, path, maybe colons, then I will say maybe home slash, then what I want views dot home. Okay, so that will be all for that whole path. I'll try to explain these in case you don't understand them very well. Then finally I have to create the template where I will display that data. Now for the template, I'll create a folder called here blog, and inside here I'll create another one called index.html. Okay. Okay, this will confuse you for now. Let me just take this guy out and delete this blog. I'll just put it back there. So that means I have to make a small change here and just say index.html, because we have already told our program that it will find the what. So let me just write some HTML here. Then I'll say you are on the home page, something like that. What I was saying is that I've already told in my settings here, I've already told Django where to look the templates from, and this is the folder. In your best directory, there is a folder called templates, which is here. All right. Okay. So I'm seeing an error here on line 21, or urls.py line 21, home views. Okay, actually, yeah, this should only be home, which is still okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So trying to run my program here. I know this. So let me just copy this link here. I paste it in there, and then I'll say home. Yes, so I have something at least. You are on home page. Yeah. So but what I have here is the static. Is static. It won't change. What I wanted is to pull data from the database using the view, and then I can display it in the in the template dynamically. So what I'll do, I'll just do something small here. I'll just say, okay, maybe articles. Just declare a variable called articles. Then I'll say, first of all, I have to import the model here. So I'll say from .models. Then I'll say import article. Then I'll be like article. This may be mambo jambo, but for now, just take it by faith. Yeah? I will explain it in the next video. Article.objects.all. Okay, this is similar to an SQL query saying select all from table article. Yeah. Then I'll create a dictionary here that has a string article mapped to the actual articles. Yeah. Although this can be anything. This can be anything. It can be my underscore stories. It doesn't actually really matter. Yeah. So that means when it is rendering this HTML document, it will send a dictionary with the articles that are coming out of the database. Then once we are inside the template, we can just try to loop through them. You can try to loop through them. Again, most of these, they may kind of like look from article in my underscore stories, then I'm just trying to beat time here, because time is not our best friend. Then I'll do an end for okay. I think I'll have an ordered list here. Then I'll have a list inside there that then I'll just put in article for now, just something small to kind of at least give us something before we come to the end of the lesson. Yes, so at least we have some things here, and realize these two are the ones that are from the database. Yeah, though I did rush through them, yeah, because at least time is not our best friend. Yeah, but I'll try to explain more about those two concepts, the views and the templates, in broader detail next time. Yeah, but at least right now we have something. We have something that is showing us our articles that are in the database. Yeah. So do you have any questions?